Guys, what's cracking? We are back today. I have built a team for my first CSL battle against the Texas Tauros. Of course, this video is prior to the battle. I really want to start doing these videos again for Season 4. I've been promised, although we will see if this holds up, that the weeks will be actual weeks this time. So, with that in mind, that means I should have time to properly release videos on a good schedule. And so without further ado, we're gonna hop right into the team. I like it. I dig it. I am actually, if you just look right off the bat right here, I am bringing a lot of my upper tier mons, bar Snorlax for Uxie, and then Alamula is obviously. So I'm bringing my RU mons, 2 of them, and then not bringing Snorlax because I felt like it was dead weight against his team. But looking at this draft right now, if we look at sorry, that's Syracuse Sylveons. Where is it? Texas Tauros, Easy Bake Oven. Right here. Alright, so we got Mega Lopunny, Hippowdon, Crawdon, Cresselia, Goodra, Aromatisse, Registeel, Druddigon, Vileplume, Lidco, and Stoutland. So it was a pretty intimidating team to match up against, honestly. One thing for me that I liked about seeing him though was that this was a team that I knew that Metachamp could put in work against. So I'm pretty excited about that. However, something again I wanted to be wary of was also bringing Manaphy with 2 grass types on the field. And I have a couple psychic types, I know, so I wanted to be wary of the Crawdon. The Mega didn't scare me too much, Mega Lopunny, as I do have some good defensive options that Mega Lopunny cannot really touch unless it is a power-up punch variant. But let's get right back to the team. So, looking at my team, we are running Physically Defensive Reuniclus. This guarantees, I was debating between Leftovers and Recover, but I decided to go for Leftovers just because this lets bar Crawdon, Reuniclus actually get 1v1s, like 6-0s, the entire team. Just putting that out there. Like, Reuniclus bodies the Texas Tauros. So what the full defensive investment does is it lets me take returns from Lopunny, and also returns from Stoutland, hopefully. And with the ability to take those comes the ability to set up on them, because those 2 Pokemon don't really have many setup options. Of course, as I said, Power Punch Lopunny would be the only problem. But I decided to go for Leftovers over Life Orb. I am running Magic Guard just to prevent Toxic from wearing me down or any such thing. But I wanted to run Leftovers. Just, you know, like, it was kind of came down to I didn't want to like be worrying about crits quite as much. Leftovers lets me comfortably take hits a little better, along with giving me some recovery along the way, because unfortunately with Reuniclus it is bulky and it is great, but it's going to be really struggling as far as taking hits, especially when it's before it starts boosting up. So I didn't want to have to take too many hits and I didn't have to worry about it, so I went with Leftovers. Something I'm still thinking about, but I think I'm pretty happy with Leftovers, you know, just that added little bit of vitality. Wanted to put a good answer to Lopunny on the team. Like, Reuniclus does answer Lopunny, but I didn't want to have to make it answer Lopunny. Like, I wanted to have a real option. Reuniclus, like, the max roll is like 49% on Reuniclus, which is obviously very difficult for Reuniclus to take all day long, and it's going to have a hard time being able to find setup opportunities on a mon like that. Alamula comes in, lets me get Regenerator. High jump kicks do like 35% or something, so it like does 0. And Rocky Helmet lets me wear it out. Wish, Protect obviously being good for high jump kick, should be a party. This thing also bodies Crawdon. That's what I really needed to do, actually. But it does take on Lopunny, Hippowdon if it's not running Toxic, Crawdon. Can't really take on Goodra because Goodra Draco Meteor is going to hurt a lot. And of course, it doesn't want to get status by a lot of things, but it can also help with Druddigon and Stoutland as well. So, you know, I really am excited about Alamula because it offers me a great way to shut down a strong physical offense. It's actually so great. I'm so happy to have it back on my team. I was wondering about what set I was going to run on Metachamp today. So I'm doing Zen Headbutt, Dual Stab, Dual Priority. What this set allows me to do is I can pretty much get a pretty safe, if we go Metachamp here, one sec. If I go Metachamp here, I can actually get a pretty safe, let's put Zen Headbutt, Aromatisse, UU defensive. Zen Headbutt is a kind of safe, 2-hit KO, actually. A 24.2% chance I put in rocks. Zen Headbutt is a guaranteed 2-hit KO after rocks. Of course, if we add in a Fake Out into the picture, like that's actually pretty solid. I was considering running Poison Jab, but unfortunately I decided against it just because I really didn't want Poison Jab to limit me. Poison Jab does secure 2-hit KO, obviously, but it's not going to... Like, I was already almost there, and I didn't think it was worth the extra little bit, because I have Bullet Punch, I have Zen Headbutt, you know, I have options to hit it with. And I wanted Zen Headbutt for the additional things that it hit on the team. And if we look at those Pokemon, that's going to be things like, namely Vileplume, but also things that resist, things that I don't really want to hit with a fighting type move, although... Actually, looking at it now, that's like nothing. All that really Zen Headbutt hits is Vileplume. But to be fair, Vileplume, you know, I do want to kill that actually. I do think the grass types are going to be a problem for Manaphy, also for Alomola, so I want to be wary of the grass types, Vileplume, Ludicolo. So Vileplume obviously being pretty well answered with Zen Headbutt, and it also gives me a safer opportunity, because if I'm expecting Protects, you know, I can click Zen Headbutt, which is a very strong move again, coming from Metacham, and I don't have to worry about it. Looking at the EVs, you guys might be a little confused. I'm running some weird EVs, but I really wanted to, I looked at the team, and I'm looking at this team, okay? And I'm thinking, you know, there's no Scarfers. This team is so slow. And if we look at the draft stats, actually, the Texas Tauros are one of the slowest teams in the league, at a 66 average speed stat. And while that doesn't necessarily indicate speed stat right off the bat, I was looking at this team, and there are no common Scarfers. Like, what, is Druddigan going to run a Scarf? Is Ludicolo going to run a Scarf? And what I realized is that if those Pokemon were running Scarfs, I would need to run my own Scarf to outspeed them anyways. So if I'm not running a Scarf, then I can just do whatever I want with it. And so with that in mind, I decided to just go for the 263 and outspeed max speed, Ludicolo, and so like that, my entire team was EV, just outspeed max speed Ludicolo, put the rest in bulk, and actually that allowed me to have a lot of bulk, 144 EVs. That might make the difference of an extra hit somewhere, and so I'm very excited about that. It also means I can run Adamant, and so, you know, actually, like, that, I want to plug this back into the calc, because Aromatisse, Zen Headbutt, if we make this an Adamant, I'll make this like Zen Headbutt, yeah, Zen Headbutt is now a guaranteed, 1 second, I think is it, oh, 96.9% chance, so yeah, almost guaranteed, so that's what it was. Adamant lets me do a lot more punishment to this team. We decided to run Garchomp with Choice Band, accomplishing the exact same speed EVs, also giving me some bulk, also with Adamant Nature. This thing is going to bop skulls. If Aromatisse is gone, there is no safety for this team once Garchomp gets going. I was debating between Sandvale and Rocky Helmet, or Sandvale and Rough Skin. I decided for Sandvale just because they do have a Hippowdon, and I would be surprised if they wanted to run Hippowdon with Stoutland. So Sandvale, you know, conveniently enough, gives me some evasive chance, so that's kind of neat. So I figured the Rough Skin, I'm not really gonna be relying on Garchomp to take hits in this battle. I have Alomola for that, so I didn't really need the Rough Skin. So I figured Sandvale might be a cool situational thing, might be neat. So I'm giving it Dragon Claw, Outrage, and then Earthquake, Shadow Claw. Shadow Claw allows it to hit Cresselia a little bit harder without being locked into any moves, without being locked into like clicking Outrage a bunch of times. Which is obviously a stronger attack, but it manages to hit that, and that's pretty much all it does, but like that's okay for me. That's really all I wanted from it, because 90% of the time, Earthquake is going to be the best move to click against, unless it's like Ludicolo or Outrage is going to secure a kill that I really want. I'm going to be clicking Earthquake usually. But again, I have Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Outrage, and Shadow Claw. So I'll be able to pick my moves accordingly, and Garchomp has a great amount of bulk. 397 HP is nothing to scoff at. That's a great HP stat. 263 speed, going to be obviously able to outspeed Ludicolo and bop it with an Outrage. Like, if I'm going to be honest with you guys, like, if I just plug in Garchomp, OU Choice Scarf, Outrage, let's make that a Choice Band. Choice Band, and then Adamant. Like, that Outrage might, okay, it's doing 0 to like, but if we plug in a Ludicolo here, and we make this like, let's say it's just like a especially defensive Ludicolo to take on Manaphy, like, GG, look at that, that is crazy. So yeah, this thing's gonna be a monster to reckon with. We're running Uxie with Light Clay. I really wanted to run Rock Sport, as you can see, help me absolutely secure some KOs, but with that in mind, I wanted to be very wary of you know, like what moves I put on it. So I was trying to think between leftovers and and then I decided, you know what might be cool is Reflect Light Screen, because if there are Scarfers that I'm not anticipating, or anything in general, like attacks that I don't want to be taking, Reflect and Light Screen help my team out a lot. Like, a lot of my physical threats now, like, after behind a screen, can now just, like, take hits all of a sudden. That's not something that I think Texas Tauros is going to be able to handle when all of a sudden my crazy strong offense can take a hit. It might not be the fastest thing in the world, but they're not fast enough to outspeed me either. So, what that allows me to accomplish is be fast enough, be able to take a hit in a pinch, and dish out massive damage, because a lot of the super effective attacks won't KO me, and I'm going to be able to hopefully knock out KOs after that. Finally, in the last slot, we got Rindoberry Manaphy. I was looking at this team, and I thought, you know, one thing that they might try to do is run a Tangaberry on Ludicolo or something, because this team's going to really be struggling against Manaphy otherwise. So I decided that I wanted to do Signal Beam, Scald, Ice Beam, Manaphy. I'm not expecting both Vileplume and Ludicolo. I know a lot of people are going to be over-prepared for Manaphy, and I was looking at the team and thinking, okay, what are they going to rely on to beat Manaphy? And right off the bat, that was going to be Cresselia, Vileplume, or Ludicolo. So I looking at Vileplume and Ludicolo, how they're going to deal with me is going to be a grass type attack. So I wanted to bring a Rindoberry, and that lets me take the hit, and hopefully, exchange berries. If they're not running a berry, they were going to die anyways. Because why? They're not fast enough to take me on. Unless Ludicolo was Scarf, obviously. And in which case, Ludicolo would have outsped me anyways. So it doesn't matter if I was Scarfed or not Scarfed or something. You know what I mean? Like, I tried to think, like, if this was going to be the situation that I'm in, this is the best way I'm going to play it anyways. So, if it's running Scarf, I can take if Ludicolo is running a Scarf, I can take a grass type attack and KO with its Signal Beam. So I'm pretty pumped. And now, if we plug in Manaphy, I am also Modest Manaphy, which is always makes me extremely excited to run. These attack boosting natures and special attack boosting natures are making me very excited, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. But Signal Beam. So I was thinking, you know, Cresselia is still going to be a thing. Let's make a Max Spadef Calm. So that's obviously a very high special defense stat. But if we get up to, let's say, +3, all of a sudden, that's looking like a potential 2-hit KO, which is crazy. And that's only at +3. If I get a +6, obviously it's going to be pretty close. But after Rocks, there's a 50% chance to Oko. So that's not bad. Because Manaphy doesn't need to be the Pokemon on my team, but takes out Cresselia. I mean, if we plug in Garchomp, actually for the battle itself, I probably will be using Adamant. Let's make that +1. And Cresselia can't take this. That kind of Cresselia cannot take this Outrage. You know, like, it can't unless it's running Ice Beam, I guess, which this set seems to be running. But like, these Pokemon cannot take these crazy, godly attacks. So while Cresselia does effectively wall a lot of stuff, Reuniclus actually can 1v1 it, which is one thing I go back to. Is very exciting. Reuniclus 1v1s that. Like, I'm really happy with this draft. Like, coming out of the draft, I was a little nervous, but I'm liking it, guys, and I'm feeling good right now. At least for this battle, I'm feeling good. I have ways to deal with things, and that's something that I was missing in Season 3 that I feel like I have again. I have backbones to, like, support my team, and then, like, I feel like I have the defensive backbone to fall back on, and then when it's time, I have the teeth to launch my attacks out, like defensive Reuniclus, Alomola, Uxie, Snorlax. That's a defensive backbone. That's strong. But then when it comes time to rip out some, like, monster attacks, we got Medicham, we got Garchomp, we got Manaphy, we got, honestly, Calm Mind Reuniclus, we got Zepstrika. Like, I'm pumped. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this video. You know, wish me luck, as by the time this battle is up, by the time this video is up, the battle will have already happened, but I'm pre-recording this. Obviously, that's just how this works. I don't want to record this and, like, let's say I lost and, like, something didn't happen, or I don't know. Like, I want to come to you guys with what I'm thinking in this part of the process. Obviously, you guys know how that works, though. Anyways, as always, leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I always really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys at the battle. Kraken Nation, out.